Hey guys, before we start, I am going to need your assistance. I need you to vote in the poll down in the comments. Let me know which one you prefer, and I'll probably post a community poll of some sort so I can tally up and figure out what the next rattle hat is going to look like. There are two options. You got to choose from either red on red or black on red. Please let me know which one you prefer. That'll be the one that's worn on the channel, and it'll be the one that is available for special order. Should be starting on Monday. It'll be available for a week. As always, it's a one-time special order only. They're different. They will always be different. So it'll be a nice little time capsule for anyone that gets their hand on them. Hands on them. All right, let's get into the premiere. Hey guys, welcome back. It's premiere time. Ooh, baby. Yeah, we got the crack noise. We're gonna turn the noise suppression and the gate on now that we got the crack in, so that the audio is a little bit more pleasant. But I know some people were probably missing that in the previous premiere. All right, getting into it. We have a full investigation coverage today for the premiere. I know, isn't that exciting? Start to finish, we're going to show everything. We're going to look through these stolen recycling facility cards that were posted on Reddit, starting with all the evidence. We're going to find and call the recycling facility to let them know what's going on. Might as well ask them about their process at the same time. To finish things off, the thief joined the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord and want to make sure that you don't miss out on all the action in there, just join the Discord. It's free and always will be. I have some DMs with the person who took the cards from work. You're not going to want to miss any of it, so stick around till the end. There will be some warning guys. There will be some naughty language later in the video. If you don't like that, what are you doing here? Sorry, not sorry. I was initially concerned, and I didn't want someone to get in trouble for this, at least if they didn't know the severity of what they've done. We have unreleased cards here, which is a huge no-no, especially when they haven't been revealed yet. Extra, especially when they haven't been revealed in Japan. Spoiler, turns out we don't have to feel bad for this individual like I was. As we'll take a look at, it is now my opinion that they knew what they were doing all along. If you're watching the premiere at the time that it first airs, at the time that it premieres, the time the premiere premieres, you should get a redirect to the monthly live podcast with PK, CTR, and myself once we're done going through this. So, starting off with the thread. The thread, I guess, doesn't give us a whole lot of information other than the fact that we're dealing with someone named Captain Jack Daniels. So, is this fitting? Are they a J-boy? Or is their name Jack? Maybe they just like whiskey. Who knows? Do you know? Because I don't know. We can also tell that they are a gamer based on their keyboard, regardless of whether it's an expensive keyboard or not. This is a gaming keyboard. We can see here we got the WASD arrow keys in red. So that's how you know they're gaming 24/7. We got the cards that were washed. So I also thought at one point in time, maybe they just like didn't realize they took the cards from work. They didn't realize that they weren't unreleased, so they posted accidentally washed these cards. Whoops, crying face. But at the same time, if we give it a scroll down here, we have a Gore Magician who says, "Where did you get the print for Shan Pao EX? We shouldn't officially be getting that card in English until June 9th." And then they reply back, the original poster here, Jack, J-Boy Jack, we'll just refer to him as Jack, I guess, from now on, says, "I got some," oh, I guess we should probably give him, we're going to give him the French cowboy voice. "I got some that weren't shredded properly from the place that prints them." So, wow, I'm negative 188. Jeez, that's a good one. So, pretty cool. Also very cool of Jack here to not use a burner account in any way, and that's kind of why I had my doubts that they knew what they were doing. Because why would you have an account for 7 years and then post your criminal activities online on that same account? Again, guys, it turns out that criminals are just dumb. That's what we're dealing with here. Nothing other than that. So we'll take a look at the blown up image here. There are images of other cards that were leaked as well, or leaked or stolen. But yeah, this was the initial post. We got the gaming keyboard, gaming enthusiast. So if someone's a gamer, they probably have a decent, it's likely that they have a decent knowledge of Pokemon. I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing this Pokemon's name right. I've never heard it actually said in any official terms or broadcasts of any kind, so correct me if I'm wrong. But let's get into the other posts. The other posts that they kindly made. I am going to cover up some of the information just in location details because I do want this to get resolved. Again, I didn't want anyone to get impacted that didn't know what they were doing, but again, I think it's pretty obvious that we'll see here that they knew what they were doing and they knew it was wrong and they messed up. So what we have here, I thought maybe initially that that our thief was located in Seattle, since they were posting in r/Seattle, the Seattle subreddit, if you will, for all you Reddit peeps. I know, guys, I'm sorry, my karma is not very high. I don't usually post on here. I only made an account so that I could reach out to people that are scamming or have information on scams. But yeah, regardless, we have a lot of posts, as we'll see, to do with hating cars. Very, very interesting trait for someone to have, and probably obsessive to the point that people at the place of employment are going to be able to identify the person right away. I would say that anyone that hates cars as much as this individual is going to bring it up at some point in conversation. And it's not, you guys are going to find this hard to believe, but usually people do not hate cars. At least not to the extent that they're constantly posting and talking about them. So next we have an r/Philadelphia post here. And so I'm thinking, oh, maybe they're in Philadelphia. And then at the same time, I'm thinking, there's no way that they ship the cards from Millennium. For anyone that doesn't know, Millennium is most, if not all, of the current Pokemon printing at the moment. The Pokemon company acquired Millennium, so it wouldn't really, unless they really needed to, if they were really swamped, there's no reason that they would have to print at any of the other facilities. I do ask about this in the phone call later, so again, some of the answers are non-answers. Clearly there's stuff that they're not allowed to tell me, but from my impression, I gather the fact that everything, if not almost everything, is printed at Millennium now from a Pokemon standpoint. If they own it, it's cheaper for them to print their own stuff. They're kind of double dipping in a way. It's still weird to me that that Pokemon is essentially printing Yu-Gi-Oh and sports cards since they own Millennium, but that's what it is. I forget what it was, like Tops and something else that's printed there as well. All right, now, so we have some more posts in here, and this individual, we're blocking it out here, but this individual, like, they might as well be putting GeoGuessr on easy mode for us here, because they're gonna constantly talk about how they hit cards, not cards, they like cards, they like stealing cards, but they don't like cars, automobiles. They don't like automobiles one bit. So I think this was in the r/fcars subreddit, which is wild that even exists, let alone that somebody takes the time to post in there constantly. So here they're going to talk about where they're located, and they say, I live in a place like that right now. Intentionally building car dependent homes in cities is no excuse to keep it that way. A little bit TMI here, but in the general area of blank. I'm gonna blank it out because, again, guys, there's no reason to harass this person. They're gonna get in trouble. As you'll see later on, I offered to help them to kind of resolve it. It's best if they just turn the stuff over, say oopsie doopsie, I shouldn't have done this. But it doesn't sound like they're gonna go that route. So again, all I can do is offer assistance. I pretty much know everything at this point in time, what went on. You guys will by the end of the video here, but yeah, here we go. As you can see, there is a very large amount of commercial freight rail surrounding this community, yet there is no service for commuter rail. All of the money spent on the massive interstates and snaking highways could be spent on railways and denser communities. So I guess they're saying that we should have a monorail. Shout out Simpsons episode. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to me that you live somewhere that you have to commute, but also that you hate driving, but maybe it's too expensive inside the city. I'm not sure. I don't quite understand the logic, but regardless, not that important. Here we have another Jack post where he says, thankfully, my commute to work takes me right by a grocery store, only blank miles away from my house. Flexi muscles times 4. One day, we'll both have stores in walking distance. Crying cat. Okay, so if you guys aren't getting the theme here, there's many other posts. We're not going to look at every single post where he hates cars, but we're going to try and at least get a taste of it, and we're going to try to pull out any information that we need here in order to figure out what's going on and who's the actual culprit, who Jack is, and why they're stealing from work. That's basically what it comes down to. But yeah. Jack here says, most rural cities in North America were built around trains to begin with. Where I live now, the unincorporated community I live in now is nestled up to some train tracks, so even rural people don't exactly have a good excuse for the most part. Oh, good. All right. So, and then we have the sidewalks. I guess we're complaining about sidewalks here because we want people to walk and not. And you notice we're in North Carolina. Which is, yeah, you guys guessed it. That's where Millennium is located. So can you tell where we're going here? Can you tell what's up? Here we have another r/f cars post by Jack, and he says, I wonder why nobody walks here. Yeah, this looks like some construction. I mean, it's not the end of the world. If it was wet and awful, yeah, sure, probably not the greatest. But you got to remember that if you're living anywhere where stuff is farther apart, you're gonna have to have some sort of vehicle to get around. That's how it's designed. Whatever. If you want to say that it should be done differently, by all means, you have your right to post about it online constantly. All right, what do we have here? Jack is going to say, can't wait to work all my life just so I can work more. If I get lucky, I might even be humiliated on social media to simply live the life society should provide. So I don't know if this is like foreshadowing or if this is like some sort of weird Jack fetish where he does. Did he want me to make a video about him stealing from work? I don't totally get it, but that one stuck out a little bit. All right, Jack, what do you got for us here? A little off topic, but how difficult would it be for someone with no college education to move to Philly? So this is probably the reason that we had the Philadelphia Reddit posts. Yeah, I guess he's just trying to find out. Well, and I guess we also know that the individual that's stealing from work doesn't have a college education. Again, nothing wrong with that. But it is going to once again narrow down who it was at work that was taking stuff home, when, as we'll find out, they clearly were instructed not to do so. All right, what do we got here? We have Jack, who is once again posting in r/f cars, and we have someone who says, yes, brain dead has appeared. And Jack is going to reply with, yes, brain dead for living in a place where cars actively make life miserable and encourage ecological destruction. Cars are the most selfish form of transportation. The amount of pollution and land waste dedicated to them is insane, even when compared to things like mopeds and motorcycles. Why is it that every Tom, Dick, and Harry should be allowed to emit rubber, metal dust, and whatever tailpipe emissions without restriction? Gas stations which pollute the soil cost large sums of cash to remediate. Car washes which dump soaps into the water supply, all caused by cars. And then we have, yes, you are brain dead because someone who sees everything in black and white. We don't have the rest of that post because I didn't clip it, but whatever. We get a reply with skull emoji. Sweet. All right. What do you got for us now, Jack? Jack is also going to tell us what his 6 months ago work schedule was like and how far he lives from work. Very, very wise to do so before you post the things that you stole from work. You can't make this stuff up. So we have working 4 10-hour shifts plus 1 6 to 7 hour shift with a insert distance or time. I think it was time here. Insert the exact amount of time it takes to commute one way. American culture is just wage slavery and asphalt. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Jack says, oh, okay, wait, we get into here. This is okay. We're getting into the spicy posts in our unexpected. Here we're gonna see the sexual preferences of this individual. Again, you do whatever you want to do, as long as you're consenting adult doing whatever you do. By all means, go to town. But we have whole debate who says, but what if I want to see the not safe for work version? And Jack says, then go to the not safe for work one, Lamau. Also good are our twinks, our guys from behind, our boy pussy, although they're not femboy only. So it seems our boy Jack here likes femboys, which again, no, nothing wrong with that. As long as the femboys are of age, then by all means, femboy away. Bruins 9816 says, those all deserve to be in our black. Jack replies with, imagine limiting your dating pool to 50% of the population. I guess by that logic. Well, no, because wait. I guess yeah, because it would be more than 50%, but it's not gonna be 100% if you only want the femme boys and not like the burly men. All right, Jack, what do you got for us here? Back into the F cars subreddit. Bicycle greater than automobile. Jack is gonna say everybody walks down here. Wait, I thought you said everyone doesn't walk. Make up your mind, Jack. Make up your mind. All right, now we're into our femboy here. So again, we're not gonna post all of this, but we have when two worlds combine. When both of Jack's absolute loves turn into one post, we have the one and only femboy train driver, hee. And Jack says, incredibly best. So that must have been like a weird Rule 34 wet dream discovery for him, I'm sure. All right, Jack, what do you got here? Furry's ferret? How is this supposed to be broken up? Furryous ferret? Furryous ferret? I guess. Furryous ferret says, people never go over the fact that in addition to keeping people indoors because whatever they're going on about, Jack says, going out into public parks or greenways isn't even enough to escape cars and the infrastructure required by them, bulldozing every possible inch of forest to make more cookie-cutter suburbs. Puts green space right next to loud cars. I can't stand the noise. I need some quiet space. Sad face. So you want to move to a big city, but you want quiet space. But I guess you want to be in a big city, but there's no cars there. And also, it's weird that you want quiet and green space, but you work in a facility that is probably pretty noisy when they're recycling, when they're grinding and shredding cardboard for Millennium Print Group. All right, Jack, what do you got for us now? We are in r/recruiting hell. Reddit girl WZ says, sorry, I'm not comfortable sharing it here, but I'm also applying for minimum wage customer service jobs. I have 2 years of customer service experience. And Jack says, man, I'ma be honest with you. It sounds like you're doing something wrong if you can't find a minimum wage job even. Don't make yourself look overqualified and all that jazz. I mean, maybe with like a criminal record, stealing stuff from work, it'll make you just the right amount of qualified. Right, Jack? All right, we have a nice flag here posted by Captain Jack Daniels, the flag of American Femboys. Didn't know that was a thing, but thank you for sharing, Jack. All right, this is why I hate cars. All right, we have Jack who says, live in blank It's crazy that people can live with this and still think it's just normal. Missing from this image also is people who don't have cars, jaywalkers, who have to cross a highway to get where they're going. It's stupidly inhumane to design a road like this. Beautiful. All right, we're getting to the end here. We're almost through all the posts, the evidence that we need in order to identify the thief. Next up, we have once again R/F cars every day, all day. They also won't look like traditional churches, but more like office buildings. Some. We're talking about I guess the architecture of the churches and stuff. Jack says, "Nah, you'll see conglomerate churches with some fancy artwork, but there is a huge amount of dilapidated looking churches with that old country church vibe. Edit, just checked my local town, and there is blank churches within a blank distance of each other in Lamau." Again, it's like GeoGuessr on with the difficulty dial turned way the hell down. All right, Jack, what do you got for us now? Okay. Warning, you might want to skip this part or plug your ears and eyes for a minute. Can you plug your eyes? Plug your eyes for a minute, and we're going to read through this one. This one's a little bit inappropriate. This was the warning from earlier. We have Jack, who is in on our shit posting, and if you know what, I would think that any or all of this was a meme if there wasn't so much of it. But yeah, maybe if maybe they got to look for the employee that's sucking peen on lunch break. But here we go. We have SourceFinder 69 with X's on both sides of it. Says only if their penis is smaller than mine, approximately 2 inches. So I guess we're talking about lady boys at this point, or femboys, I guess. Again, the femboy thing is just everywhere, along with the hating cars. Jack says, "I want a gigantic cock in my mouth, and I'm tired of pretending otherwise." I really hope you guys don't take and clip that out of context. I know somebody will, but use it with the utmost discretion. Ludent says, "I would help you, but unfortunately my dick is small. Sad face." Jack says, "Well, let's not rule that out just yet. Where are you located, uwu?" So we got a little bit of we got the weeb action going on here with the uwu. Again, you know what? If you can, guys, if any of you want to suck a D, by all means do it, as long as your partner that is putting the D in your mouth is of age and consenting. By all means, go to town. Nothing against that, nothing wrong with that. All right, we have once again in RF cars, Sharrows are way overused. Another post by Jack. Sharrows, or the shared road marking that reminds drivers to not kill bikers, are significantly overused. They certainly have a place in select situations, such as low speed and low traffic roads. My experience is that they are not used in this manner. Near where I currently live, there is a blank miles per hour stretch of highway that is shared and not a good ways. Blank suburban city. There are high traffic 45 mile per hour roads. None of these locations are safe and certainly not comfortable. Even a gutter would be an improvement over these bike routes. So what I've shown you is kind of like highlights. There's many posts. These are kind of the important ones, and it basically just tells you exactly who was behind the theft. So as you'll see here, we're going to take a listen to 2 phone calls. I called one of the managers, the sales managers, or I guess one person that's involved in sales at the location that I mapped back to the facility that the cards were stolen from. Very easy to do so with the information that was shown. I mean, it was a little bit time consuming, but regardless, we pretty much closed the case here. I know you guys didn't like the well, not you guys. You guys that are here for the premiere, I know you're the true G's. Some people didn't like the case closed thing on the stolen fusion strike, but here this is pretty much a done deal, and Okay, into the 2 calls. Take a listen. We have someone that's in charge of sales for the location, and then we are going to talk to the person that is in charge of sales, or the account manager for Millennium Print Group, and we're going to share that information with them. Very awkward conversation with both, but take a listen to that.
Hello?
Hi, is this?
Yes, it is. How
Hi.
can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking to speak to. I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Is he no longer
Who's
there?
calling?
It's my name is Mike. I'm looking into some stuff that was potentially stolen from you guys, and I just needed someone to give the information to.
Okay. It's located at our plant,
Okay.
and I'm the sales manager for the plant. I live in. Can you give me some more information?
Yeah, so one of your employees, I think, have been taking stuff from work. I also just needed to verify that you're the ones that are recycling and destroying cards for Millennium Print Group.
Yes, but I need more information than that on Millennium.
Oh,
I'm the salesperson for Millennium Print Group.
Okay. All right. Yes. So someone had posted yesterday, or about 12 hours ago, that they took some cards home from work, and I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware.
We don't get those cards at that plant.
Okay.
So I need. Who are you?
My name's Mike. I make YouTube videos, and I mostly just cover Pokemon scams and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of providing the information.
How did you get my information?
I just looked it up online. Just in terms of the facility that was near the plant, and I was under the impression that it was you guys that did the recycling of the leftover trading card destruction for Millennium.
Okay, there's something very, very wrong with this call that you would.
I'm just trying to lend the information to whoever it needs to get to, because I'm not looking to get anyone fired or anything like that. I just want to make sure, because the information went public.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like anyone or the person that posted it realized kind of how bad that could be. So I just wanted to give you guys a warning.
Exactly. This could be very, very bad, and that's why I need to get this information into my boss's hands.
All right.
And that's why I need to know how this information got out. How do I find it and to put this information into my manager's hands? Her name is.
Okay. Okay.
Let me give you her phone number. Hold on.
Okay, will do. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that this is a weird call, but I'm just trying to help.
Hold on. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah. No problem. I'll wait. I do want to her.
Phone number.
Okay.
Her phone number is.
All right. Okay. And is she in charge of more sales stuff, or is she in charge of the plants?
Yes, she is in charge of the Millennium Print Group account.
Okay.
And we work for her.
Okay.
But my fear is that she's not going to answer the telephone without knowing what this is about.
Okay. Yeah. I can try her, but if you want to give her a heads up that I'm going to call. I can give you kind of a rundown on the rest of the information if you'd like as well.
Yes, please. How did this come to pass?
So one of the employees has posted online on Reddit that they put some cards through a washing machine, and when someone asked them where they got them because they weren't released yet, they mentioned the fact that they got them from work, that they accidentally weren't shredded. And
did they say where they worked at?
They said that they're away from work. Let's see here. They said where their location was as well. Just a sec here. Their online username is Cap'n Jack Daniels, so I don't know if their actual name is Jack or they just really like whiskey. They say that they're from the general area of North Carolina. They work or used to work 4 10s and 1 6 to 7 hour shift. They live away from their place of employment. From, I guess, the commute is. They really dislike cars and have made many posts online about how they don't like them. I guess it's mostly because of the environmental impact. It seems like they're obsessed enough that that's something that they would bring up at work all the time. Maybe into bicycles, but it doesn't sound like they actually bike to work. They're into guys that look like girls. I know maybe a weird piece of information, but just in case it's helpful.
Hey, every piece is helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And teach their own thing. If that's what they like, that's what they like. But yeah. And then they also mentioned that they don't have a college degree in one of their posts. So.
Okay. Can you tell me how the name is listed? C-A-P?
Yeah, C-A-P-N. J-A-C-K.
J-A-C-K.
D-A-N-I-E-L-S.
All one word.
Yeah, all one word. Capital C, capital J, capital D. And that's on Reddit. I can send you the link to the thread as well if you'd like.
Would you please?
Yeah, I think your email's on the website.
Yes, it's T.
Okay. Will do. Now, I guess I had some other questions because I'm sure that there's some sort of there's got to be a contract or something that this stuff doesn't get taken home or posted online, because the print facilities all have that, so I would imagine that the destruction facility does as well.
Yes. Now, who do you work for?
I don't work for anyone. This is kind of my own hobby that I look into Pokemon scams and stuff like that. So I'm just looking to provide you guys with the information, but I was also kind of wondering, or I just wanted to know for sure. I assume that there is sort of non-disclosure agreements that the employees and that everyone signs, but I've never heard or had anything confirmed about that.
Yes, sir, but I'm not allowed to discuss anything that has to do with the account.
Okay.
So that would have to come from my boss.
Okay. Yeah, I can ask
I will
as well. I mean, if it's I would imagine that I don't need to know if it's specifically for that account, but just in general, if that's the process is usually that you have an agreement to not have anything leak out.
Okay, I will let her know that you are going to be calling her.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
And I will let her know now. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Hello?
Hi, is this?
It is?
Hi. I don't know if let you know that I'd be calling you, but I had some concerns.
No, I'm just stepping out of a meeting.
Okay. So she advised me to give you a call about an employee that was taking some stuff home, and I just wanted to share the details with you.
Taking it home from where? I'm sorry.
From the facility in North Carolina.
Okay. Well, we have several. I'm sorry. Which one are you referencing?
I think it's the one in Raleigh, unless it's at a different location. But that's the one that I had or assumed that it was.
Okay.
It would be the one that deals with Millennium and the Pokemon cards.
Okay. That material actually goes to a couple plants. So, do you know which site it was, and what are you referencing?
So I do know that it's one that is from North Carolina.
From where, I'm sorry? Okay.
So basically, someone posted on Reddit something like 12 hours ago that some unreleased Pokemon cards, and they mentioned in one of the comments that they took them from work, and mentioned that they were accidentally not shredded or destroyed, and then they had put them through the washing machine by mistake. So I guess they were showing that off. So I also kind of get the impression that they didn't realize how much of a big deal it was. So I don't want to get anyone in trouble if they weren't trained properly, and if they didn't know that, like, clearly they shouldn't be doing that. And then I don't know.
What, if I could ask, what gave you the impression that they did not realize it was a big deal?
The fact that they posted on their main account, so it wasn't like a burner account or anything like that. It was a 7-year-old account that also shared a lot of their own details that I can go through with you if you'd like.
Sure, that'd be great.
So also I had a question, and wasn't sure how to answer it, but I just want to know. I'm sure there's got to be some sort of like NDA or something involved, right? That employees sign.
With what?
In terms of like anyone that's working at the facility, do they have to sign
with
something?
With all due respect, I am not sure I'm comfortable giving you our company protocol.
Okay,
but if you have concerns, I would love for you to share them with me.
Okay, yeah, that's the main part of the call. I was just kind of curious, and I assumed that there was, just because with like Pokemon or Nintendo, typically they're pretty strict on that stuff. So if it isn't like a process that's already involved, just suggesting that it maybe should be trained a little bit better, unless maybe the individual, I guess, was kind of just didn't care and knew what the repercussions were, or whatever. But just do what you want with the information.
Would you mind giving me the information that you're referencing on the account?
So their username is it's Cap'n, CAPN, Jack Daniels. It's on Reddit. I can send you an email as well if you want with the post. But
sure, that'd be great if you don't mind doing that.
Yeah. So maybe their name is Jack, or they just really like whiskey. So they're from the general area of North Carolina. They mentioned that they work, or at least they used to work, 4 10-hour shifts and 1 6 to 7 hour shift. It's a commute.
Can I ask, are you just saw this and took an interest in it? Or what?
Yeah. So I'm a Pokemon collector, and I also usually look into if there's people that are getting scammed. So I don't know how familiar you are with like Pokemon stuff, but if there's Pokemon scammers or anything like that, I usually look into that. I make posts and YouTube videos. So, but mostly just calling.
You saw the post on Reddit, and it's CAPN Jack Daniel, spelled DANIEL.
Yes. Like the whiskey.
And you said, I'm sorry. Yeah, Moncure, North Carolina, 4 10-hour shifts. And what else did you say they referenced?
Yes, and 4 10-hour shifts and 1 6 to 7 hour shift. That they're commute from their place of employment, so that's why I figured it was the you guys in North Carolina, because it would be about from the center of so
I find it fascinating that you did all of that research and figured all of that out on your own.
Well, a lot of it is just like previous posts that they've made and stuff like that. So this isn't. It's kind of a hobby, but also sort of my profession at this point to track down like Pokemon scammers and stuff like that. I'm not looking for a reward or anything from you guys, but I just wanted to. It's kind of become a big issue with stuff being stolen from the print facility, and from a really big issue with the print facility because if people are stealing like the valuable cards or releasing stuff, like they're going to get themselves in trouble. And then also the fact that it can ruin the Pokemon card like market or hobby in terms of like crashing the value of the stuff that people purchased prior to. So
So
yeah.
when you reference Millennium specifically by name, you researched that and figured that out too?
Yes. So I'm fairly familiar with that. That all the cards are printed by Millennium at this point. That the Pokemon Company.
They're not all printed by Millennium, but most of them are. Yes,
okay.
You're right.
Yeah, I figured like they were shifting in and like everything in under that kind of one roof or one company just since they purchased it. So. But yeah, there's issues there, but there's also.
Have not been employed by Millennium in the past in any capacity at all?
I'm not in any way. No, I'm not affiliated with anyone. Other than
so, would you be willing to give me a number that I could contact you if need be?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and what is your number?
It is. And my name is Mike. I'm from Canada, so there's that as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, I very much appreciate your phone call, and if I have any more questions, I will reach out.
Okay. I have a couple more like pieces of info. Whether it helps or not is debatable.
Okay.
But the individual that took the cards, they seemingly they really hate cars. So they posted on like a subreddit that is like against cars, and they've made many posts online about how they do. I guess mostly like the environmental impact stuff, and they seem to be obsessed.
You're saying cars, like an automobile?
Yes, like they hate automobiles. Yeah. So I think mostly like environmental stuff.
Environmental impact.
And they seem obsessed enough that they would bring it up constantly at work, in case that helps at all. Maybe somebody that's into bicycles, but it doesn't sound like they do, or it would be feasible for them to actually bike to work. This part is a little bit, my apologies for bringing it up, but they've made several posts about how they're into femboys, or guys that look like girls, which is maybe, I don't know if that's something that would ever come up at work, but just in case it's relevant. To each their own, people can like what they want, but yeah, as long as everyone's willing and of age. And then he also mentioned that he doesn't have a college degree, so depending on how much that narrows it down. But I'll send.
And would you be willing to forward me the post that you referenced?
Yeah, for sure, I can do that.
And do you have my email?
I don't, unless it's on the website. But I haven't looked for it.
It is, I think, but I can give it to you.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
It's
perfect. Okay, yeah, I'll send that along. I told that I would send her the post as well, so I'll put both of you on it if you don't mind.
That'd be fine. You can put both of us on there. That'll be fine.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, Mike.
Thank you very much for your time. And
care.
hopefully you guys get everything figured out. Thank you. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So, as mentioned, I also mentioned in the email that I sent them, just like, hey, you probably, it doesn't seem like this individual knew what they were doing or what. I asked them, I tried to pry a little bit about whether or not there's an NDA, which I think there definitely is when they're shredding something like this. It would be crazy for them to not have one at this point in time. But then we had the White Bear who joined the Discord and claimed to be the original poster of the washed cards post. So here's Jack, the White Bear. And just to confirm, they posted some more cards that we're going to take a look at in a minute here. More cards that they stole from work. And they say, theft is... Wait. Theft is poggers. I'm not a thief. And I say, just to confirm that this is the same person and not just like somebody trolling, I say reply back to me on Reddit. And they did so. So here's the cards that they posted. So once again, we have unreleased cards. We have like an insane amount of cards. Keep in mind how many cards are here. Not only do we have English cards that are not out yet, I mean, those are less of a big deal because we've seen them in English, or in Japanese rather. But when it gets to be an even worse scenario, an even worse case, is when you have stuff that's not released. So you got McDonald's set here that hasn't been announced. You got cards that haven't been released in Japanese, which is a big no-no. A big no-no to the extreme. I mean, we know with the Japanese cards what are coming out in English, but when they're not released in Japanese either at this point in time, and just keep in mind the insane amount of cards that are here. So this wasn't like a oopsie doopsie, they're showing up. I've been too into the video here and not taking enough sips of my delicious beverage. All right, so Discord. I figured like, we might as well look up the Discord to see if it's a burner account or something. And of course not. We got a 2017 account. So once again, we have a gamer on our hands, somebody that knows Discord, knows how to use it. Didn't seem to have any trouble DMing me or joining the Discord or communicating. So for what that means, we have a gamer. We definitely have a gamer. It's not just a gaming keyboard that they got from their sibling or from secondhand somewhere. All right, so this is the before anything happened in the morning, I had posted, hey, can I please get the full story on the unreleased cards you posted? You work at the destruction/recycling, recycling facility and took them home. Jack says, found them at their place that works with recycling pallets, not taking from anything involving recycling the cards or printing them. Okay, I kind of have my doubts here, Jack. I have my doubts. You're saying you're saying that you don't work at the paper recycling facility or document place or cardboard recycling. You work at a pallet recycling. So Jack then says, I'll just check some of my other cards I found, and it seems I have an English Fortress EX as well. I might have a Giraffe rig as well. I got a Google Photos link I can send if this is the Rattle YouTuber. So you're familiar with me as well. So this is kind of saying, you probably know what you stole. This is a bad sign. So I ask, did you join the Discord? Why am I giving myself a voice? Did you join the Discord? Yep, under the white bear. The photos link has all of the cards from my job. And I say, cool, talk to you on there. So we're going to have a conversation with them on there. Oh, that camera. We got to get this down to the right size. We're on screen, and this will finish things off here. I think this conversation pretty much proves the fact that they knew what they were doing, and they don't want my assistance. If they change their mind and would like to turn everything over, it's going to save them a lot of grief, but all we can do is offer, right? So the white bear, I send a DM. I say, so the intact cards ended up stuck to a pallet, which was supposed to be recycled at your place of employment. And the white bear says, yep. Man, I'm constantly fishing. If you're lying to me, it's a pretty bad sign. And I don't know why people think that they can lie to me and get away with it when I've clearly already done a lot of research beforehand. So I say, know where the pallets came from, straight from Millennium. No idea. I say, or a recycling facility nearby. And the white bear, Jack, says, I don't have access to that info. I say, what's the name of the place you work? And he says, Lamau. I'm not going to dox myself that much. And so he went a little bit silent on me. I went a little too aggro on this comment, I think, but I don't know. I didn't have time for lies. We already kind of know the full story at this point. But I say, I'm under the impression that you work at blank and live blank from there. Blank distance from there. I say, I'm not going to dox you, but I would like to know all the details. So that's pretty much it. I just want to know the details. I also want to help them out if they, well, I guess at this point in time, it's pretty obvious if they're going to lie to me about that, that they're trying to hide something, that they knew what they were doing was wrong. But at the same time, it's still in the even if they knew what they were doing is wrong, they signed an NDA. They full on just stole from work, it's best if they just kind of turn it over, because there's no way at this point in time that they aren't caught. It's pretty basic stuff. I might as well have done one of those, like, those sketches. All right. I say, if you did take them from blank, we can just set something up so you can turn them over. If you didn't know how serious it was and give them the stuff back, they should go easy on you. Up to you if you want my help/advice. If you don't turn them in, a PI is going to show up to collect them. If you signed an NDA, it could get really bad. The Pokemon Company own Millennium now and just prosecuted someone for stealing cards from the print facility, aka the Fusion Strike. You know, the ever super hot topic Fusion Strike. But that's all we have here today, guys. Hopefully they beef up their security. Hopefully, if the training needs it, to remind people that, like, hey, you can't be stealing this stuff from work. It's going to end badly. And again, I hate to see, like, someone's life get ruined over this stuff. So I think it's important that everyone that works there is very aware of the fact that, like, hey, I'm going to get boned if I do this, if I take it. It's not worth it. I don't know. Another instance of a dumb criminal. But regardless, I think this was a pretty entertaining one. Pretty entertaining story. Hopefully another learning lesson. We do this all the time on the channel, so if you like this one, there's many other examples of cards being stolen, whether they're from the print facility or recycling facility. It's happened quite a few times, and we're going to be here. We're going to cover it over and over again until people learn. We have to at least provide that resource, and that's why I say all the PokeTubers that are like, oh, what's the harm in buying stolen product? Well, you end up ruining someone's life. The next person that steals from work to make a quick buck off of some of these cards, they're the ones that are going to pay for this, and you're encouraging it, and you're a bad example, especially those of which who are buying the stolen stuff and making videos with their kids. That's disgusting, in my opinion. Far more disgusting than any language that's been shown on this channel, etc. You should be ashamed of yourselves. But yeah, that's it. Join the Discord. See you guys next time. And just hold tight here if you're waiting for the podcast, if you're watching this at the time that it premieres. Bye.
Two things a girl can't live without: code cars and the Rattle Pokemon Discord.